Hottest new names in music, now is making his television acting debut on the hit sitcom Cheers. Harry Connick was busy taping the episode on the Paramount lot in Hollywood today. He plays a naive visitor related to Woody the bartender, and he has his eye on Rebecca.
Sure, I can talk with you all night. In fact, I have, in my own way.
The episode with Connick will appear later this season on Cheers.
Something shaking up north tonight. An earthquake rolled through Coalinga. It hit just before 9 p.m., measured 3.5 on the Richter scale, centered about 14 miles southeast of Coalinga. And that's it for this edition of Nightside.
Don't forget, today in L.A. at 6 in the morning with Carla Aragon and Kent Schachman.
For now, thanks for watching, and good night.
See you tomorrow.
The Tonight Show, starring Johnny Carson. Johnny's guest host is Jay Leno. This is Doc Severinsen along with the NBC Orchestra inviting you to join Jay and his guests, Kevin Costner, Cybill Shepherd, the music of Kenny Loggins and Dennis Farina. And now, here's Jay Leno.
We didn't come here to have fun. Let's settle down. As I'm sure you all know by now, President Bush has arrived home safely from Japan. You know, actually, since he's been back, do you know about this? There has been a major change in Washington protocol. Now it is no longer considered an honor to be seated next to the president at a state dinner. Yeah, that's not... Yeah. Oh, I'll sit next to Idi Amin. I'll be down here, yeah. I'm sure you all heard what happened to President Bush while he was in Japan. Been in all the papers. I guess what, he drank some beer, then he got sick, then he passed out, then he fell off his chair. You know something? Personally, I think this is just a real clever ploy to try and get the college vote. You know, yeah. Yeah, barfing with the Bushman, yeah! All right! Actually, medical experts say President Bush may have passed out in Tokyo due to lack of sleep. Lack of sleep. That's why Ronald Reagan never fainted in public. Oh, boy. Wouldn't see him going down. Some other doctors speculated that the problem could have been caused by the unusual food the president ate while he was in Japan. That's possible. But you know something? I think that is the reason. Because as soon as he got back home, he ate a couple of bags of fried pork rinds. Boy, he was fine. Hey, that's what you need. Get some good American food in your stomach, yeah. Actually, now that he's home, I guess the doctors have advised the president to do nothing and drink plenty of liquids. Do nothing, drink plenty of liquids. Now, that's Congress's job, isn't it? And today, and you might have just seen this on your local news, after thorough examination, the president's doctors have now announced that President Bush as sound as a dollar. He's sound as a dollar. Gee, I thought he was getting better, huh? Boy, But President Bush got a lot accomplished in Japan. Everybody makes jokes. But you know about this? For example, he opened a Toys R Us store near the city of Osaka. Boy, that's a great way to prove to the Japanese what smart businessmen we are, huh? Open a Toys R Us 2 weeks after Christmas. Oh, yeah, that's a good one. And the Bush administration now says the president's working on a new health care plan. Oh, sure. President waits till he gets sick, then he decides we need a health care plan. As I'm sure you know, last week, former Washington Mayor Marion Barry got in trouble for having sex with a woman while he was in prison. And this week, he was transferred from the minimum security prison he was in to a medium security prison. Now, see, the main difference is, in a medium security prison, you have to buy the woman dinner first, see? And then maybe a movie, you know. Yeah, a little tougher, a little tougher. And up in New Hampshire, oh, they don't waste any time. Conservative Republican candidate Pat Buchanan is criticizing President Bush's trip to Japan. Buchanan said if he were president, he got sick, he would throw up right here in the USA. Yeah, boy, what I say. And there's some good news for the American auto industry, finally. General Motors is going to get a government loan. The bad news is it's from the Small Business Administration. Yeah, that's kind of sad. Sure, you know, this has been a rough year for the auto industry. In fact, this is the worst car sales since 1983. In fact, sales have been so bad, salesmen have been reduced to lying to each other. Yeah, that's pretty much shows it. Rough year. And more bad economic news. Sears now say they're going to lay off 7,000 employees. Huh? How can Sears lay off 7,000 employees? I mean, when I go to Sears, I have a hard time finding even one employee. I can't get anybody to wait on me. Even Woolworths, 5 and 10 cent stores are scaling back. Because of the recession, they're getting rid of all the high-ticket items. All the 10-cent stuff is gone now. Yeah, no more luxury goods. No. And, you know, here's something I was thinking about. Does this make you mad? I mean, our air is dirty, our water is polluted, our shores are filled with garbage, our cities are falling apart. What kind of slumlord is Japan anyway, huh? We should refuse to pay rent until they come here and clean this place up. That's what I say. Yeah. Boy. And here's an interesting article that was in USA Today the other day. According to a recent survey, 91% of all Americans lie routinely. Now, if 91% of the people they're talking to are lying, why should we believe this survey? See, this is the problem. Doesn't make any sense to me. And in medical news, the FDA has called for something like, what is it, a 45-day moratorium on silicone breast implants. They say, well, this is true. They say the problem with the silicone breast implants is the plastic they're made out of, they're sealed in rather, can break open and leak. See, we should make them out of the same stuff they make those peanut bags out of the airplane. Those never break open. But the FDA did say that doctors may still use the breast implants that are filled with salt water. Have you heard about those? The saline saltwater implants? Of course, there are certain side effects to the saltwater implants, too. Apparently, when you slow dance, your partner can hear the ocean. Yeah, that's what they say. I know, it's a silly joke. And how many of you have seen the movie JFK? You've seen the movie? Pretty good. Now, I don't want to say the Warren Commission didn't do its job with the Kennedy assassination, but get the idea that if the Warren Commission had investigated Wilt Chamberlain's sex life, they would have found only one woman. Apparently a Republican crowd tonight. Okay, fine. And here's something amazing. The head of Walt Disney, Michael Eisner, this is in the paper today, earned $5.4 million last year. $5.4 million. You know how much money that is? That is enough money to go to Disneyland every day for 2 weeks. Is that unbelievable? Huh? And legendary film producer Hal Roach, know him, the guy that discovered Harold Lloyd, our gang, turned 100 today, 100 years old today. It's true, I went to his 100-year-old birthday party, got to ask him some questions. I asked him what his first job in show business was, and he said when he was a kid, he got his big break working for Dick Clark. Yeah. And last but not least, now here's some good news. Nice to end on some happy news. Warren Beatty and Annette Bening had a baby girl. See that on the news? It's kind of nice. Now I don't know what they named the baby, but I think we can be pretty sure it wasn't Madonna. Yeah, I think that's pretty obvious. Okay, good show tonight. Kevin Costner is here. Cybill Shepherd, Kenny Loggins, and Dennis Farina. We'll be right back. Welcome to the Tonight Show, everybody. Good to see you. Got a terrific show tonight. And, of course, you may notice Doc Severinsen is wearing all 12 levels of Super Mario Brothers on his jacket. Doc Severinsen and the orchestra, ladies and gentlemen. There you are. Very nice. All right, let's get right to it here. My first guest, you all know, last year he won 7 Academy Awards, including Best Director, for the Do Not Get Ahead of Me people on this. Thank you. for the film Dances with Wolves. He is currently starring in Oliver Stone's movie JFK. And most impressive to me, he's a member of the Mustang Owners Club. Please welcome Kevin Costner, ladies. There you go. Don't let him get ahead of you. Well, it's good to see you. Nice to see you again.
Thank you.
The first time we met was, where were we, in Durham, North Carolina?
Yeah,
right?
we were making Bull Durham, and when you're far away from home, sometimes when you see somebody you call your, from your hometown, so to speak, Hollywood. We wanted to go see it. It was great.
Oh, yeah, they came to the show. That was great.
Yeah,
Came
no,
backstage.
you were very funny again.
And you had your Mustang with you then. We both were Mustang owners.
Kept him outside, though.
Yeah. And you still have that car?
Yeah, I do actually.
Now, were you a car guy? Because you grew up around here, right?
Well, I really wasn't into car culture. I mean, I kind of play the kind of people in movies that you expect, if they lift up the hood, they know what's going on and what's wrong with it. I'm really not that. I'm really not that type. The Mustang I got was off of Bull Durham, and I wanted the car, but the producer was kind of being a little stingy with it, he wanted to make a profit off me after making this great movie. And I remember I was so upset with the whole idea that I said, I don't want the car now, I don't want it. And my wife, Cindy, knew how bad I wanted it. She did one of those kind of real movie hero kind of things. She didn't tell me. She took a checkbook. She wrote the check out and went and threw it down on the desk, says, give us a damn car, okay? We want the car.
Yeah.
There
you go. Good for her. Whenever I read the articles about you, always describe yourself as a late bloomer and all those kind of things. Were you, were you into this in high school? Did you know you wanted to act and direct?
No, I was a late bloomer. Things are going good now. I got it going my way. But no, I didn't know. I mean, I always knew that I was performance-oriented. But you don't ever... I always felt that people that were in the movies were, like, born there. When I was young and I thought that that's what they do when I go to school or I live where I live. It's hard to imagine that people would make a living doing this, and so I never imagined myself doing it.
Yeah, you don't think, especially when you have relatives. Well, you grew up out here.
Right.
I mean, I grew up in Massachusetts. At least you were around it, See, don't get ahead of me on this again, as I tell you. I always remember my aunt saying to me, we're not show people, Gene. We're not just... What did your dad do? What kind of line?
My dad worked for the Edison Company here in Los Angeles, and every time he was promoted, we moved. So I went to a lot of different schools. I went to 4 different high schools. So I was kind of a gypsy even back then, moving around a lot.
Oh, okay. So you couldn't really get into the acting. Did you all around California?
I lived up in the valley and Visalia and Santa Paula and Ojai and Ventura and Orange County. So I was a lot of.
So whenever there was a blackout, your dad would move on to the next place, pretty much. Okay, so how was I don't know. He said he worked for Edison.
Yeah.
So how was their reaction when you said? Did you ever have any other job? I mean, did you ever?
Oh, I had a lot. I used to be a fisherman off the coast of Canada, and I drove trucks. I was a carpenter, so I've always been a blue-collar deal.
We have a blue-collar guy. Yeah. So, okay, you go to your parents and you say, I'm going to give up the gig I have and go into acting.
Yeah. Well, I'm very close with my family, and I think I don't know how to make a joke out of this, so I guess the serious idea of it was I remember my dad coming to me and saying, I think it was one of the things that pained him most in his life because I think a father wants to help his son and everything, and he came to me. It was a very quiet time, and he said, look, I feel bad about this because I have no way of helping you. I have no way of knowing what that world is. I don't know what those people are like. And so when he, kind of said goodbye to me, knew what I was going to do, and all he could do was pat me on the back. I know that was a tough time for him, but they were supportive of it.
Yeah, that's terrific. Now, but you went to work, didn't you have like a straight gig, financing, marketing, or something?
Well, I went to college like everybody else. I was in that maze, that kind of white rat thing where you go high school, got to find a college, got to find a job, got to find a thing. I was in that kind of mode like everybody gets into, and I had to pick a major like anybody, and I knew, liberal arts wasn't the deal. I mean, I was smart enough to go, well, I might as well be a business guy, and I was equally dumb businessman, So.
Were you a businessman at one point? Put on the suit and tie?
No, I tried. I took a job for about 30 days, and I finally came home and I said, I can't do this thing. I can't do it. And and Sin says, well, what are you going to do? And I said, well, I think maybe I'll try to write. And she said, "You can't even spell," you know.
Yeah,
So it was very tough time for us, you know. We sorted it out.
Let's talk about JFK for a second. I saw it the other night. I thought you did a terrific,
Thanks.
Terrific job
Thank
with the
you.
film. Now, I understand now. You didn't want to make it at first. You had reservations about making the film. What were the reservations?
Well, I had been working a lot, and everybody that knows, you know, I'd put a lot of movies behind me, and the idea of going off with Oliver Stone, because he just really doesn't take any prisoners. I mean, he's really not a daisy about anything, and I knew I was going to be looking at his fire in his eyes every day for a lot of months, and I wasn't sure I was up for that, having just done all these movies, but it became important to me. It was important to Cindy, and we talked about it. And now I'm as proud of that film as I could ever be, really.
Oh, I think you did a terrific job. Well, we'll talk a little bit more right after this. We'll get a clip from it. Right back with Kevin Costner. Welcome back. We are talking with Kevin Costner, talking about JFK. Now, the movie has gotten, and obviously a lot of people doing jokes about Oliver Stone's, you know, second theory jokes. And why do you think it's taking so many? I mean, people are attacking it not as a movie, just on the whole the political grounds and everything. Has that been a problem for you, or?
Well, I think that there's been an existing truth for about 20, 25, 28 years. Who knows how that runs? 25, 28. That's funny how you move to those. 25, 28. There's been the discrepancy about what's happening. Oliver comes along and bases a movie on tremendous amount of information that we've learned since that time. And so, you know, some people will have a tendency to call that a myth, and Oliver says, well, he doesn't feel that the movie's a myth, either do I, but he says it's an alternate to the myth that we were fed 25 years ago. And for him to take all these body shots, you know, when he makes a movie that ultimately is entertaining, that's why, you know, I did it, because I found a truth in it. I think it's rough. I don't think it's fair.
Do you find it's different? Like, I'm old enough to remember. I was in the 8th grade when Kennedy was shot. So I remember some of it. Do you find a difference with younger people? I mean, to me, when I watch a movie about D-Day or World War II, I watch it as a movie. Yet I talk to somebody 65 or 70, and they go, oh, it wasn't like that at all, and this is wrong, and they did this wrong and that wrong. But to me, it's a movie. Do you think younger people go to see it as a movie? Do you think they really see it as more a piece of history?
I think they will, because of the movies I make, I try to make entertaining, the movies I've made since people have been going to see them. And so there has to be that thread of entertainment, and I don't mean entertainment in a lightweight vein in this instance, but I mean there's a dramatic arc to it. You know, there's a dramatic, there's an emotional truth in this movie, and I think that young people are ready for this movie, as we are. I mean, I found that I was enlightened about a lot of things. I mean, it's the kind of movie that I think that we'll look back on. It might be a movie of the decade type of movie, and oftentimes movies, take A Raging Bull, for instance, where I think everybody acknowledges now that's one of the great movies of the last 10 years, and I think that JFK, in Raging Bull, legitimately raised a lot of controversy. A lot of people didn't like it because it's violence, it's vulgarity. In 10 years now, we're kind of going, gee, we're sorry we kind of beat up on you, Marty, about that movie. And I think that where Oliver Stone's considered JFK, if you haven't seen it, try to see it, because there's something there. And I think it's a movie that we might feel bad that we ignored in some way because we listened to a lot of other people.
Well, it also shows you the power of film. And if you wrote another book on the Kennedy assassination, you gave your opinion, no one would question your right to write the book.
Right, make another movie.
Yeah,
exactly.
I mean, you've really just taken your idea and put it into film. I mean, I think everyone agrees there's probably more to the story than we know.
It's true. There's no question about it.
I mean, if it gets people interested in history, I think it's accomplished certainly its goal.
Right. Judge Thomas and Anita Hill can't agree on one idea about
I can't wait for that movie.
You know. Not to drag their lives into some, you know, bad joke or anything, but they can't agree on one little issue. I mean, we're talking about the President of the United States, and that there's hundreds of witnesses on some level, and is it any wonder that they can't agree? It was tough sifting through that, and I think he did one of the great jobs that could ever be done where film's concerned.
Well, it is interesting to take a story everybody knows and make it exciting. You know, when you already know the story, is interesting. Well, we have a clip here. Now, this is the summation scene?
Yes, I think it is.
Okay, it's Kevin Costner in JFK. Let's take a look.
The truth is the most important value we have, because if the truth does not endure, if the government murders truth, if we cannot respect the hearts of these people, then this is not the country in which I was born in, and it's certainly not the country that I want to die in. Tennyson wrote, "Authority forgets a dying king." This was never more true than for John F. Kennedy, whose murder was probably one of the most terrible moments in the history of our country. You, the people, the jury system sitting in judgment on Clay Shaw, represent the hope of humanity against government power. In discharging your duty and bringing the first conviction in this house of cards against Clay Shaw, that's not what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country. Do not forget your dying king. Show this world that this is still a government of the people, for the people, and by the people. Nothing as long as you live will ever be more important. It's up to you.
Let me ask you about now this new movie you're doing now. I know you rushed over it. The Bodyguard?
Right. It's a movie written by a friend of mine, Larry Kasdan, who's written some great movies for us. Body Heat, Silverado, his latest, Grand Canyon. You know, he's just one of the great writers. It's called Bodyguard, and I'm doing it with Whitney Houston. It's her first movie.
Oh, that'd be a good body to guard. Yeah. So not that they put you on. I like guys that are good audiences. You know, so they got you. You play the body. Are you a body?
Yeah, she's a star that's very difficult to guard. She's temperamental. She has all these things, and it's territory I've seen now and understand. But it's an action movie, or as much action as I'll usually endorse.
Yeah.
It's like one guy gets killed, so what? No, it's a really good. It's a good thinking person's movie, and she's great in it. And she looks right. We waited 3 years for her to...
Oh, yeah? Is that right?
Yeah, exactly.
Well,
Yeah,
that's
it was
terrific.
important.
Well, I know you got to get over there now, and I know you
Thanks.
stopped by, and I really appreciate it. Kevin Costner.
Thank you very much.
Be right back with Cybill Shepherd. Welcome back. All righty. My next guest, television movie Memphis, has its world premiere in our hometown of Memphis. That should be easy to remember, on January 20th, and then airs on the Turner Network on January 27th. She follows that with 2 feature films, Once Upon a Crime and Married to It. Please welcome Cybill Shepherd. Don't mind them.
Don't mind them. I love them.
You are only encouraging them. Now, that is a very impressive cross there.
My cross to bear this evening,
Well,
yes.
is there a story that goes with that? That's very pretty. That's,
Yes, actually, an old friend of mine from Memphis, Herbert Humphreys, is actually a treasure. He looks for treasure. He's a treasure hunter.
Oh,
What do you
okay.
call it? Treasure
hunter, I think.
hunter, yes. So they found this cross, and
What do you mean when they found it? You mean
they found it at the bottom of in a wreck of a ship. Actually, the
Oh, really? Oh.
Maravillas, I think, was the name of the ship. It went down in 1650, they think.
Oh, Fred wouldn't remember. Fred, do you? No, the ship.
1661.
So the ship went in that cross?
So anyway, yeah, so this is his cross, and he asked me if I wanted to borrow it, and I said, great. And,
Wow.
yeah.
Now what would...
and two guys came with it with big guns.
Well, what would something like that be worth? I
So
don't mean
things
to
are
pry.
looking up.
But I mean, what would that be worth? Like something from 1600? Is it emerald? What is it? Is it?
Oh, it's 66 emeralds, and it's 22 karat gold. And I don't know, anywhere from $1 million? They're two
$1 million?
two big guys right over there that I have to turn it over to the minute I'm out of the light. So.
Okay, well let's get to the dress. Now, what do you figure that? What do you figure that's worth? I'm just trying to get a package for the whole. No, no, but it looks very nice. Really, that's $1 million. I see. I would not have guessed. I was thinking, I don't know. I have no idea, but I mean, well, it's very impressive. Has any man ever given you a major hunk of jewelry to actually keep? No. They let you borrow. Look, babes, the date's over. Okay, sweetheart, give me the jewelry back. Maybe,
Well, actually, a man did give me an emerald ring, actually, but I gave it back to him.
Oh, you gave it back? Oh, you was engaged?
Well, no, I don't know. I just didn't like really being obligated. It was a kind of special, very special person, and so I didn't want to be obligated to him. But
how long did you keep it? Just a few weeks?
No. I mean, he wanted me to have this, and I just looked at it and then said, I really can't keep this.
And then took it back. Well, that would be.
But don't you want to know who it was?
Okay, all right. Who was? Well, tell me who it was.
It was Elvis.
No, Elvis.
Elvis.
No, doesn't ring a bell. Is he a treasure hunter too? No, Elvis. Really, Elvis?
Yeah, really.
No, wait. No, this is pretty amazing, right? I'll go a thing for you. And he gave you a thing. And he gave you a ring, and you said no?
Yeah, I said no. But he was really nice. He smelled really good.
Smelled really good.
Yeah. But see, we're both from Memphis.
Right,
so I was home. It was a long time ago. I was only about 22 years old.
Right.
And I heard through the grapevine that Elvis wanted to meet me. And, of course, I was terrified instantly because just the idea of meeting this man. I mean, you can imagine, right? Meeting Elvis.
Well, yeah,
So finally, somebody did call and say, Elvis wants to meet you. And I said, well, I'll only meet him if I can take my best girlfriend and my brother and his best friend. I wanted some protection.
Right.
Yeah.
Or an orgy at worst, but yeah. If not protection, an orgy, certainly. No, okay, so you bring all these people. That is Elvis.
So it was at a movie theater because our first day he rented a movie theater. And there were about 35, 40 people there. So we got there, and he wasn't there. You know, we sat down and the film started. I don't remember what the film was, but I don't know, a ways into it, suddenly everyone in my row got up and moved down one seat, and he came and sat next to me, and he smelled good.
He smelled good again.
So we sat there for a while, and he said, "How you doing?" or something. I don't know.
The thing you can have is real expensive, So he sits there. Okay.
But before the movie was over, he got up and left again. So I didn't think we really had.
He left again?
Yeah, he got up and left, and before the film was over, so I didn't think we were really going to have a lot of, a big future or anything.
Right. So did you see him again?
Well, then what happened? My friend, my best girlfriend and my brother and his best friend, we all went outside. We're getting in the car, and suddenly this white Lincoln pulls up, and out comes Elvis, and he said, "Well, why don't you come with me?" And I said, "Well, I don't think so, But then I had to tell my best girlfriend and my brother and his best friend that I didn't really need their protection anymore. Right. Yeah. So they had protected me plenty. So I told them to get in the car so Elvis and I could talk and stuff. And then I went out to Graceland and had chicken fried steak.
Chicken fried steak?
Yeah.
Did Elvis cook it or someone else?
Oh no, but he ate a lot of it.
He ate a lot of the chicken fried.
Yeah.
Well, that's pretty fascinating. But he was a nice guy, nice polite guy. Was he a nice guy?
Yeah, he was very nice. He was a wonderful man.
Well, he always seemed like a nice guy.
He was one of the most attractive men that ever walked the face of the earth.
But you didn't fall for him?
No, I didn't fall for him.
I mean, was it him or you just didn't like all the trappings? You say, gee, I'd like to go out with this guy, but I don't want to, all the craziness that goes with the life?
They didn't, for instance, he had these people around him, and they came up to me and they said, Elvis likes the women that he goes out with to dress a certain way, and we'd like to take you shopping. And that just didn't, that whole kind of thing, and I don't know, it just,
Well, how did he want you to dress? What would you...
Well, I don't know. I never talked to him about
Dairy
it.
Queen outfit or something? I mean, what would you... They never got that far. Well, that's fascinating. So, all right, so you got Memphis out. Now, that opens in Memphis.
Mm-hmm.
And you still live there?
I'm building a house there. We have a roof and no walls yet.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But you take your kids with you on your occasion when you do these
Yeah,
things?
yeah, I always do.
We have 3 of the twins, right?
Yeah, they're 4 years old.
Okay.
They get a little confused because when they were staying with, I went to pick them up at their dad's, and they said, well, are we getting on an airplane to go to your house? And their dad lives like a mile from me. But they're at 4 years old, they don't quite understand.
Yeah.
And when we're in Italy, they said, we don't want to take that plane. Can't we drive home? It was that kind of thing.
Perhaps a tutor would help. But your other daughter...
They're only 4.
Your other daughter must be a teenager now, isn't she?
Well, she's 12 and she's so beautiful, and she's really a great kid, but it's not the easiest time, adolescence. And
Is she worse than you were at that age?
Worse? Well, I don't know. I was complaining to my dad, and he said, I don't want to hear about that. You deserve everything, every bit of worrying and every problem. You know, I mean, that's the man who nailed my windows shut.
Did he really? Your dad?
To keep me from sneaking out. And I said, but Dad, what if there's a fire? And he said, that's not the fire I'm worried about.
And you hosted the Ace Awards?
Oh, yeah, the Ace Awards.
Now, was that fun? Did you have a good time? You like hosting this?
Yeah. Yeah.
You sound surprised.
It was, yeah. No, it is. It was, I got to see Roseanne's tattoo up close, and that was sort of exciting.
Was that a cable special, or what was that? Because she showed it to you?
Well, I mean, she didn't really show it to me. I kind of snuck up and...
Oh, which one are we talking about?
The big one on the back.
Oh, on the back.
Does she have the big one?
Well, there are a few others.
Does she have lots of them?
I think she's got another one.
Well, this
somewhere.
one was exposed with her dress. She looked absolutely marvelous.
Oh, and
too.
what's it a tattoo of? I haven't seen it.
I think it was a dragon or something. It's hard to tell.
A dragon?
Dragon flying with wings?
I have no idea. You saw the tattoo, so I... Now, tell me about Memphis now. What is it about?
Well, it's a very difficult story. I mean, it's kind of a terrible story in a way. It's about 3 white racists come up from Mississippi and kidnap the only grandson of a black man who's a millionaire in Memphis in 1957. And the racists time it on purpose with like the first integration attempts at Little Rock when, you know, so that the black family could not go to the police because you know, it was just a time when it was a terrible time in our history. And but it's really a story about transformation of the hatred of racism to love and understanding. And it took me 10 years to get it made. And I don't really think I would have persevered. Well, you haven't seen it yet. But being from Memphis and
I got my eye on it. It's not going anywhere.
Would you like to hold it?
Oh, let me see. It's very... Actually, no, yeah, this is great. It's $1 million.
It's heavy. It's hot, isn't it? It's hot.
It is hot.
It's hot.
Yes, it is hot. And I'm getting hot, and we'll be right back right after this. Singer-songwriter. This is his latest CD called Leap of Faith. Please welcome Kenny Loggins.
Running in circles, desperate we hold to yours and mine. Using our bodies, closing our hearts and lives. Every nation, every woman, child, and man comes on a moment where they must take a stand. Oh, no, forget what you know, it's let the wind blow. Blow it apart, you open your heart, and that's where anything can be. If you believe it, then yeah, I control, out of my mind at last. Into my dreams we sail. If you believe in me, I will believe in what will be. We want the world, you won't let me read love. Promise all our seasons, give us the future. That's all we need. Oh, you got to believe. If you believe in me, I will believe in what will be. We want the world you've only dreamed of. The promise of awesome day seasons. Give us the future, please. That's all we really need. Everybody in the world, every boy and girl, believe in me. I will believe. If you believe in me, I will believe. If you believe in me, if you believe, I will believe.
Terrific. All right. Hello.
Thank you.
Is this your daughter, Isabella? Am I correct? Is that her?
That's still Isabella, yeah.
Ah, she looks cute in that picture.
Yeah,
Very good.
for
Did,
change.
did she ever come out on stage? How old is she now?
She is 4'4".
Four. Did she come out on stage with you? Did she sing?
Yeah, well, she did her singing debut on this record, which we talked about last time.
Yeah, yeah.
But there was no nepotism or anything like that.
Oh, no, she had to audition for the
Auditions,
part.
like all the
just
4-year-olds.
like everybody else.
And she came on the stage in September when we first hit the road. A little winded. And I was doing the song Conviction of the Heart, which on the album she sings the intro to.
Right.
So I did my opening night, and then she came to me after opening night and said, Daddy, you did the song wrong. I said, what do you mean? And she said, well, I didn't sing it. So I said, okay, you want to sing it tomorrow night? She said yes, and she came on, and she sang the intro to Conviction of the Heart. One with the earth, with the sky.
Oh, that's great.
Well, the next night, she wants to come on, too.
He created a monster.
Yeah, so she came on. She came on, and but instead of singing, she did the longest minute of my life. She just sat there and made faces at the audience. So then, you know, after about a minute, you're thinking, what's going on here? So finally I said, well, say goodnight. She said goodnight, waved, and left. After the show, I said, what did you do? She says, I was doing the jokes. She wants your gig.
There you go. Hey, well, have her come on. Kenny Loggins, this is it right here. Leap of Faith. Be right back. My next guest is one of the stars of the NBC miniseries Drug Wars, The Cocaine Cartel, which airs next Sunday and Monday nights, January 19th and 20th. You might also recall from the NBC miniseries. And he's the only guest tonight to bring the Italian cookies from Chicago. Please welcome Dennis Farina. Cookies, thanks.
Thank you very much.
And they're just Leno size, which is perfect.
I made them.
Oh, did you really make
No,
these? No, you didn't. Now, let me ask you about Drug Wars here, exactly.
Okay.
What, I'm sorry we bring it, you know, we run a little later, so
Oh, that's
sorry.
fine.
But we'll come back if we miss something here. But
Okay.
tell me about the miniseries.
Well, it's based on reality. It took about this case in actuality took about 6 or 8 years to make against the Medellin drug cartel, which is responsible, I think, for about 70% of the cocaine that comes into the United States. So these DEA agents and Julie Carmen's character, she plays a judge, they put together a 3-prong attack on the cartel, and they burned some of their labs, and they put a couple people in jail, and they confiscated about $1 billion in cash.
Wow. Really?
$1 billion, yeah.
Now you
so
play...
back when $1 billion was a lot of money.
That's when $1 billion was a lot of money. Oh, yeah.
2 or 3 weeks ago.
Yeah. Now you play a real guy.
Yes, yes.
Did you meet the real guy?
I did for about 10 minutes. I saw him on the set one day, and I asked who this guy was. I said, who is this? And they said, this is one of the two characters. My character was actually 2 characters, and this is one of the guys. And I looked over, and here was this guy. He had kind of Mr. Peepers glasses, and he had one of those... you know those things where you put all the pencils
That's
and
the
pens?
pocket protector.
The pocket protector, yes. And he was just sitting there very unassuming, and this was one of the characters that put this this thing together. I just couldn't believe it. But he had the ability of a chief financial officer. I mean, he was very, that was his thing. He was into the money and the profit and loss and stuff like that.
Is that a business that would have interested you? Would you like to have been one of those guys if you hadn't been an actor?
Are you talking about a cocaine dealer?
No, no, not a cocaine dealer. Cost for $1 million. No. I mean, you know, going after those kind of guys, doing that kind of work.
No, my intention as a young man was to be a lawyer. My oldest brother is an attorney, so he was a big influence in my life. So I thought, well, I would want to do that, be a lawyer.
So how do you get from? So did you go to law school? Did you study?
No.
Oh, you just?
I just wanted to do it. I never did anything.
As soon as you saw those books, you went,
nah.
Too much work.
Too much work.
I'll be an actor. That's easier. That's easier. Yeah. But you kind of stumbled into it, right? I mean,
yeah. It was never my intention or aim to be an actor. I was very fortunate. I met Michael Mann about 1978 or 79. He gave me a role in a movie called Thief.
Oh, Thief, sure.
And then I again got very lucky. I was lucky enough to work in the Chicago theater community, Steppenwolf and Remains, Organic, places
like that.
But
you wanted to be an actor. I mean, you weren't hoping to be a waiter full time, and these movies keep getting in the way, kind of.
Well, yeah, it was kind of like that. Yes.
Now your family still live in Chicago, right?
Yes, they do. Yeah, I was just back there for the holidays.
Yeah.
Spent it by my sister's house.
Okay. None of them are in show business, are they?
No. They think that I know everybody in show business.
Yeah,
you must
the
get that
Italian
too.
family, you know, Hollywood.
Yeah, oh yeah.
He's a Hollywood movie star now.
Yeah, and they think I know everyone, you know.
Mr. Big Shot.
Big Shot. But I don't know anyone.
And are your parents from Italy?
My parents.
Oh, so you're really
I'm first generation Italian.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
My dad was.
That would explain the cookies. What did your dad do?
My dad was a doctor, but he wasn't the kind of doctor we think about today. He was a neighborhood doctor, made house calls, and.
Oh yeah?
I used to tag along with him once in a while. Charged about $4 or $5 for a house call.
$5 for a house call?
Yeah. And then, and that's true. And then a lot of the people couldn't pay. They couldn't even afford that $4 or $5. So they would pay him. They would give him tomatoes and chickens and stuff. That's the truth.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
At least you eat.
Yeah, we ate well.
And I saw you on the list of one of the, what magazine was it? One of the 10 sexiest men or something in the...
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yes, I do know. And that's very flattering. I got a call one day from a friend of mine said that, he says, you really made it. He says, you're one of the 10 sexiest men in television. I says, well, I says, that's very nice. And he says, that's the good news. He says, the bad news is that you're number 9 and you're between Max Headroom and Elf.
Oh. Well, that's terrific. Let's see, the miniseries, The Drug Wars, Cocaine Cartel, which airs next Sunday and Monday nights.
Right.
Well, I enjoy your work.
Oh, thanks a lot.
I'm glad you finally come on.
I'm glad to be here. Thank you.
Well, I want to thank my guests. Kevin Costner, who had to run. The movie is JFK. Thank you very much. Cybill, I know you've got to get your jewelry back real soon there. So a couple of leg breakers are waiting for it. So the movie is Memphis, and it's on, what, the 27th?
Turner Network, but it's premiering at the National Civil Rights Museum in Memphis the 20th.
Well, that's terrific. That's terrific. Kenny Loggins, this is the new CD called Leap of Faith, and that's his daughter on the front. And Dennis Farina, thank you for these cookies. They're great. And it's the Drug Wars, the Cocaine Cartel. Be on next week, and Johnny will be back. Come on.
guest, I'm sure you all know these young gentlemen. They have really broken new ground in television with a variety series in living color. And Keenan's got a special coming up on Fox. It will be broadcast live during the halftime break on the Super Bowl. Hey, there's something different. January the 26th it is. Would you welcome Keenen Ivory Wayans? Good to see you.
Same here.
Nice to have you here. I wonder how many people realize that you have guested on this show before. Now that the show is a hit, you're here. But you were back here about, what, 8?
October 5th, 1983.
And you came out and did a...
That's right. Came out and did my 5 minutes right there.
Do you remember how it went?
Yeah, actually, it went really well. I came over and sat down, didn't say anything. We had to go to commercial or whatever. But I just remember there's like very few things that you hold on to in this business in particular. Like, before you start, you think everything is great. But then as you get into it, you realize that it's more of a job. But there are those, like, magic moments, you know? And that was one, mainly because I had watched this show from the time I could sit on my grandfather's lap, you know? So, like, every night watching this show and then being there, I was, like, blown away. It was like a dream state. It was just, you know, like I said, it's just one of those moments that you always reflect upon.
Isn't that strange? You know, I did my first national television show, not the Tonight Show, from this studio, I think in 1953. I was doing a local show at KNXT. And I'd done a sketch, and apparently somebody liked it, and they asked me to come over. And I remember I came over, I think it was this studio. And I walked in, and there was Buster Keaton and Ed Wynn, and I don't remember the other, and I almost panicked. I said, my God, I'm going to be on a show with these people. And I can remember that to this day, and I think it was in this very studio. So those things stand out.
Well, it's funny, Ed Wynn, when I first came to L.A., my agent, NBC called looking for me. I was with an agency called ICM at that particular time. And this is how much I was ignored. They told him, they said, we don't represent Keenen, we represent his father, Ed. So they thought that I was
Keenen.
Right, Keenen Wynn.
How could they make a mistake? You said your grandmother or grandfather was a fan of the show.
Both. But my grandmother...
Did they see your performance that night?
Yeah, they did.
Yeah?
They did. See, my grandmother was a big fan of yours because she was convinced...
Could you make it your mother rather than your grandmother? You know, it sounds like you know, it's like that guy they found up in the Alps, you know, after 4,000 years. I mean, I appreciate that.
No, but my grandmother was convinced that Johnny loved black people because one night Stevie Wonder was on the show, and you got up and helped him from the piano over to the couch, and that was like the biggest thing for her. And she was like, "Oh, Johnny, he just loved black people."
I wasn't gonna let him wander around.
But that was her thing. She was like, you know, he could have left him sitting on that stool, but Johnny don't like to see some folks make fools out of themselves.
Now, I catch your show a lot. How do you guys, now come on, you've got to get some bizarre mail. Because you get into things and you get away with stuff we couldn't get away with. I really believe it.
True. Well, I just...
You have two movie critics who are flying clear up in the air.
Right.
What kind of reaction do you get?
Well, I think because we do, like, equal opportunity bashing, no one should really get upset. You know, it's like we don't... It's not like we single out any particular group. Everybody takes...
Race, creed, and color.
Exactly. It's equal opportunity. So a lot of times, most of the mail we get is favorable. And, you know, every now and then we do get some irate mail. But the funniest mail, the mail that is most vocal comes from things that you never would expect. It's like, you know, we've done the gay critics, we've done the homeboys, and we get mail from, we had one practical joke we played on one of the actors, David Allen Greer, where in the middle of, I souped him up to do this routine I knew was gonna bomb. I knew it was gonna die. And for 2 weeks, he was second guessing himself, and I was going, no, it's gonna be great. And I let him come out and do it, and right in the middle of it, we had chickens walk across the screen. And we got letters from the some poultry group. And it was like these tons of letters about cruelty to chickens. It was like, yo, you know, so it's like you never know where it's gonna come from.
There's some kind of, you're right about this. Now, believe it or not, I've been getting letters because I made a joke about turkeys about a month ago or something. And I started getting these letters about how dare you talk about turkeys that way. There must be some big poultry lobby.
Yeah.
Way too much free time on their hands. I mean,
it's okay to cut their heads off and bake them or fry them, but don't make jokes
That's
about
right.
them. It's like, yo.
I don't even remember the joke when I started getting this stuff, and I said, boy, these people have got a lot of time to do stuff. Now, people recognize you now. That makes a change in any performer's life. Do you like that, or don't
It's real
you?
dangerous for people to recognize me, though. Because I've made fun of so many people, you know? And it's like people walk up and go, are you Keenen Ivory Wayans?
Why do you ask?
Are you related to Mike Tyson? No, I'm not. Not today. So, yeah, I mean, you know, the thing that happens...
Has Fox ever come, I want to ask one thing. Has Fox ever come to you and said, we just saw that sketch. You guys can't do that.
Yes, we have very, very bitter... We had an argument with Fox today. But see, the thing about censorship is that it's very inconsistent.
Of course.
You know, there's no, like, rules. So you don't know from day to day what exactly you can get away with.
And it's all subjective, too.
Right,
Somebody...
yeah. It's like we were going to do this sketch with Fire Marshal Bill.
I remember that.
And he's he's a cartoon, basically, but he's a fire marshal that winds up always setting himself on fire. And we're going to do a thing where he actually, like, cuts his thumb off, and somebody goes, well, what was that for? And he goes, some things you have to learn on your own, son. And it was just for no apparent reason, just out of the blue.
They said, go for that.
They wouldn't let us do it. And they said it would be impressionable to kids that a kid might do that. And I sit and I go, wait now. What kid is going to hack his thumb off, you know? It's like any child knows what hurts and what doesn't hurt, you know what I mean? It's like people, if kids watching the Three Stooges haven't taken a buzzsaw and gone across the middle of their head, they're not going to hack
Or going to the
off.
Terminator and
Exactly,
say, hey, let's do this.
Let's do that. So, you know, I think they think children are just, you know, complete morons and that they have no sense of rationale. But, you know, so I think a lot of times it's overprotecting, you know? But
I think they're protecting themselves, too.
yeah, from the poultry people.
Yeah, the poultry people. Big poultry lobby out there, folks. Send the letters to Keenen. I've had enough with the turkey letters. We'll take a break. We're coming back. Okay, Rob, I want to ask you one thing about your the special coming up. You're doing January 26th at halftime.
Right. What we're doing is giving people an alternative to sort of the mundane halftime show that's normally around. We're doing a special version of In Living Color. And we're going to have all the favorite characters. We'll have the Men-On guys. We'll have the Homeboys.
Is Homie going to be there?
Yeah, no, Homie's not going to be
Homie
there.
don't do that, huh?
Homie don't play that. But it's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a live atmosphere.
Good idea.
When they go down, we'll come up, and we'll have a countdown back to the game so people won't have to worry about whether or not they're going to miss the second half.
Good idea. Good luck with it.
Yeah, it'll be fun. It'll be a lot of fun.
Okay, my next guest, you probably know, he's a very funny, talented stand-up comedian. He's host of the new You Asked For It. You remember the You Asked For It? With Art Baker, wasn't it? Yeah, on the Family Channel. He appears in Hollywood at both the Laugh Factory and the Improv, and January 21st to the 26th, he'll be at the Comedy and Magic Club in Hermosa Beach, California. Would you welcome Jimmy Brogan? Jimmy?
Thank you very much. Thank you. How are you? Great. Oh, good. You sound good. I'm feeling good. I guess I should tell you, first of all, I'm not as hip as I look. Don't be fooled. I know you're sitting there thinking, ooh, it's hammer time. But you're wrong. See, I wish I were hip, boy. But no matter how I comb my hair, no matter what glasses I get, I always end up looking like Orville Redenbacher's grandson, Gary. It's not working out. When I walk down the street, kids point at me and they yell, look, Mom, I found Waldo. Not hip. Didn't start out hip. Originally from Cleveland, Ohio is my hometown. And it's nice. Clevelander, nice to have you here. So I first thought about becoming a comedian. Now, I think it's a good job being a comedian, because I was thinking today about the worst job in the world is what? Working at Photomat? In that little booth in the parking lot, all by yourself, all year long? Now, what do you think the office Christmas party's like for this guy, huh? Another day all by himself. This time he's drinking. Just getting bored in there, you know. Starting to rock the booth back and forth. You know, trying to walk it across the parking lot. Get something to eat. That'll be good. Yeah. See, that'd be depressing to me. But luckily, I have a new cure for depression. Ever feeling down about yourself, just go to Kmart. Because you can walk into Kmart, look around, and think to yourself, I'm the best-looking person in this entire store. And also the richest. That's what's fun about going to Kmart. You know, strolling that front door thinking, I can afford anything in the entire place. Yeah, give me 2 shampoos. It's so crazy in there. See, I love going to these cheapo places, boys, saving money. I get my hair cut at Supercuts. Anybody else Supercuts? Yeah? It's great. It's like $9. Well, 9.25 with tip, yeah. And I'm with you there. Yeah. But the amazing thing about Supercuts is there are different barbers every time I go in. I think the first 3 people that get them the day get to be the barbers for the day. They just open that door in the morning. All right, you 3, your barber, start cutting. Come on. And I've been having dinner in some real cheapo place lately, boy. I had dinner at a pizzeria the other night. Yeah, this has to be the worst name in the world for a restaurant, doesn't it? Pizzeria? Now, it doesn't even sound like a restaurant, does it? It sounds like something you get from eating bad pizza. I had a Domino's last night. I've had pizzeria ever since, man. This is the worst case of pizzeria I've ever had. They should change that word. It's too close. I also had dinner at Sizzler this week. We have any Sizzler fans? Yeah? Yeah. I had a date. It was the first date. I wanted to impress her, so right to Sizzler. And, yeah. Well, and I had a coupon. Okay, but, so we went to Sizzler, or as they say on TV, they always say, Sizzler. They always whisper, don't they? Yeah, I think they're too embarrassed to say it out loud. And, so anyway, I picked her up in my Hugo and went to Sizzler, got that all-you-can-eat salad bar. Do you feel the same thing I do when you get that? Unless you leave completely bloated, you haven't gotten your money's worth? Unless you eat more than you've ever eaten in your entire life, you're being cheated by these people? Because one of the meals you ever eat 14 salads in a row, you know? You don't even like salad. You think to yourself, I paid almost $9 for this meal. I could have got a haircut for that. And my date, she got the all-you-can-eat salad bar, just had one little salad, and just kind of picked at it. And I thought to myself, now I'm going to have to eat 28 salads. Never break even. But actually, I spent some money this week. I invested in call waiting. Anyone have call waiting on their telephone? No? So now I have call waiting, call forwarding, and an answering machine, and I realize no one's calling me. Before I thought I was just missing all the important calls. Now I'm paying money to find out I'm tremendously unpopular. No idea. Because that's the saddest moment in life, isn't it, coming home to your answering machine? Seeing that big digital 0 staring up at you? It's like your machine is laughing at you, no? It's like saying, why'd you even buy me? I just sit here doing nothing all day. At least the VCR is blinking 12, 12, 12, 12. I'm doing nothing. And my answering machine goes up to 99 messages. Yeah, what kind of cruel joke is this, huh? Because all I need is like 1 or 2, you know? And that's just me calling in to see if I have messages. Thank you very much, immigrant. Thank you.
That big 0.
Oh, that big 0. That's a frightening thing, isn't it?
People run home and nothing there.
That's right.
Good to see you again.
Thank you. Nice to see you, John.
Was this your first choice as a job? I'm not being here, but as a comedian, did you do anything else?
No, this is it. I've been a comedian since I was 8.
Yeah. Started in school?
Yeah. I was frightened by a serious person when I was little, and yeah, I've been funny ever since. So, but this is a great show to be on, obviously.
Yeah.
But my real choice, a secret dream of mine, is to go on Jeopardy someday. Yeah. Now, how do you think you do on Jeopardy? You think you do well?
In some categories, but some of those stuff is very tough.
Very
Those people
tough.
know a lot of things, or they've memorized a lot of things. I don't know if they know a lot.
Yeah, I always have trouble with the opera and the Shakespeare categories. Yeah. For Shakespeare, I just answer Hamlet to every question.
You got to hit somewhere.
That's right. Once in a while, you're actually right. You know?
Yeah.
And it really impresses people. Knowing that, hey, how'd you know that? I'm kind of an expert in this category, really. But I don't think I could win on the show, you know, unless I went on opposite, like, the cast of Hee Haw or something, you know? Like some sort of special Dukes of Hazzard tournament week. You know? So I figured the best thing to do would be go on the show and try and be the biggest loser who's ever appeared on the show. Then people would remember me, wouldn't they?
Yeah.
They'd talk about you next day at work. Did you see that guy on Jeopardy last night? Lost $180,000. Answered Hamlet to every question.
Funny idea.
But he sure had a good haircut, I'll give him that.
We got to cut away. Siskel and Ebert here tonight. Stay where you are. Good to see you, Jim. Okay, my next guests, you all know. They are probably the two most influential movie critics in the country, and they're in their 16th year on the air together. Would you welcome Gene Siskel and Roger Ebert? Did you work this out? Who sits where beforehand?
Yeah, we flipped a coin. It's my turn.
Yeah.
I won, Johnny.
Good to see Good to see you again. You know, every time you guys come here, we talk about motion pictures, is what you do for a living, but I understand there's going to be a change in the personal life, especially yours, Roger. True?
Are you talking about my upcoming marriage?
I think I am, yes.
I'm going to get married, Johnny.
This is a...
My fiance's name is Chaz Hamill Smith, and we set a date in July, and I'm going to be 50 in June, so I thought it was about time.
And this is your first?
My first. Do you think what do you think? Am I doing the right thing, or?
You should be about ready to make up your mind after 50 years. I did it when I was 25, and I wasn't too good at it, so maybe if I'd have waited. Yeah, well, congratulations.
Thank you, thank you.
Yeah. What does your wife do? Is she a professional?
She's an attorney.
Oh, really?
A trial attorney.
Well, that's who I should have married. Never thought of that. I could have kept all the business at home. Where do you go on dates? Obviously, you don't go to the movies.
Oh, yeah, we go to the movies.
Really?
We went to the movies just the other night, yeah.
I bet you guys...
She likes the movies as much as I do, maybe more.
That's marvelous.
Yeah.
I asked you this before when you were here, but how many motion pictures, you obviously keep records, do you have to see in a year?
About 300.
300 pictures?
We probably see about 5 or 6 a week.
You ever get tired of it?
I get tired of the bad ones, or the ones that don't try, or the ones that set up a simple premise at the beginning and resolve it at the very end and make you wait 100 minutes for what you know it's going to happen. But a good one comes along, like Grand Canyon just came along.
Yeah.
A great picture,
That's Lawrence Kasdan.
And it wipes out all the bad times. It really does. So that when I go to a party and people start talking about movies with me, I just remember the good one. And I say, see Grand Canyon. And then I love talking about
He's the life of every party.
Yeah. You know what?
A lot of people go to the Grand Canyon.
You know what confuses a lot of people about movie critics? You will see reviews, and the papers, of course, will take out, sometimes out of context, one, hilarious. They might have said hilariously bad, but they'll take out hilarious. You will have critics who have a reputation, who have credentials, you guys, and you'll say, for example, Grand Canyon, a marvelous picture. You'll see some other critic, whom you think also, who will say, well, it was this and it wasn't too good. So the public kind of gets confused. Now, obviously,
they should just listen to us.
Just listen to you.
Yeah. But recently...
How do you resolve that? Or is there any way to resolve it?
In terms of the quotes?
Sure.
What gets me... Recently, there was a movie called The Last Boy Scout.
Yeah.
And I wrote a review, and I said, this movie panders so much to the basest taste of the mass audience that it will probably be an enormous hit.
And?
The ads say an enormous hit. Ebert, sometime.
They just took that out.
Yeah.
Is that... Can they do that?
It really makes you mad. It doesn't happen too often, but when it happens, it's really blatant, and it does make you mad. But in terms of all those quote ads, all you can say is, if the people who are saying it in the ads are people that you respect, then maybe give the movie a chance.
Okay. Maybe you can answer this for me. A Broadway critic can really close a Broadway play almost overnight. There are not that many.
Frank Rich.
One of them, and he's not very well liked by a lot of people who produce plays. But if he comes out with a scathing review, the play is almost sure to fail. Or if he heaps praise on it, it's sure to do well. How does it work in motion pictures? I mean, if you call pictures bombs, obviously, who've done very well at the box office, does it have any great impact on what the people go to see?
I think that when people know less about a movie, we have a much bigger impact. For example, a picture like Rambling Rose comes out. Right. Now, they might not know that title, but they do know Robert Duvall and they know Laura Dern a little bit. So there we can have a chance. And it's from a company that doesn't have a big ad budget behind it, so it's not blaring out, showing you a commercial, every hour on the hour on network TV. A picture like that, we can have an impact. Clint Eastwood's next Dirty Harry picture, people think they know what that's all about, so I don't think we have any impact whatsoever.
Yeah, they go to see it. It's like Arnold Schwarzenegger.
It's a proven product.
Yeah, and whatever he makes, people, if they like him, they're going to go see it.
And of course, I picked Ramblin' Rose with stars in it. You take a picture with no stars in it, and a foreign film, then critics really have a major effect.
We're going to talk about the Academy Awards, which are coming up fairly, I guess, in March or April. You guys were here last year about the time the Academy Awards.
The ballots go out tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll talk about that and what you think is good and what might make it. We're going to take a break here. Stay where you are. With Roger Ebert and Gene Siskel. Okay, you guys have got a special show coming up. When? About the Academy?
This weekend.
And you're telling the Academy who they should nominate?
Siskel and Ebert's memo to the Academy. We're going to tell them who they should nominate this year, because every year we do a program where we complain that they nominated the wrong people. Right. So this year we thought we'd save them the trouble and just, tell them up front who they should nominate.
They will probably pay you no heed. You know that.
Well, maybe they won't, but we can remind them and ask them to remember way back to like March, way back then, because the bulk of the nominations, at least 3/4 of the nominations, always come from pictures released in the last quarter of the year, and that's just not fair. For example, thinking back to March, Val Kilmer's work in The Doors, it was exceptional. Here's a real character. Here's a real character and a real character who could sing, Jim Morrison, and even the people who played with Morrison who didn't like the picture said he was on target in his characterization and in the way he sang. Now that's exceptional, and it won't be remembered.
Why don't they recognize comedies?
They think you're naturally funny, and it isn't an achievement. They think it's like you were born that way, Johnny.
So somebody does motion picture comedy, they never really get...
Very rarely. Cary Grant never got an Oscar, for example.
That's insane.
The greatest light comedian we ever had.
All right. How about pictures that are controversial, like a JFK now?
JFK is on my list of movies that I hope they don't overlook this year, because every year the Academy seems to be very shy of controversial pictures. If they get a controversial picture, it's one that comes out foursquare in favor of what everybody would agree with. And JFK has had so many attacks on it because of the politics of the picture that I hope they won't overlook what a good film it is, regardless of whether you agree with it, disagree with it, you think Oliver Stone has sawdust in his head. It doesn't matter. It's a good movie, and it should be nominated for the Best Picture of the Year.
A couple years ago, Driving Miss Daisy won for its race relations story, and Do the Right Thing, a much more current, much more real story about the way the race relations really doesn't get nominated. A picture that will last when we look back upon it and have much more meaning. Jessica Tandy, who won that year for Driving Miss Daisy, I asked her just as she got her award backstage, what did you think about the two pictures? She said, I didn't see Do the Right Thing. So they avoid, Roger's quite right, they do avoid the controversial pictures. So you think when these nominations come up, sometimes personalities or prejudices come in? Have you guys ever reviewed a picture from, say, a director or somebody you didn't particularly care for? Can you keep your personal likes or dislikes out of it?
I'm always ready to see a good movie, and if I see a good movie, I'm happy to say so.
I actually look forward to reviewing well somebody that I've been knocking for a long time, because that will prove to them and to the audience that's watching that I'm open. So I look for that.
Who are you going to nominate this year for the Academy Awards? What's up?
Well, I would like to see. I mentioned Ramblin' Rose, Laura Dern. I would love to see that performance get nominated.
What are your chances of that getting nominated?
I think that may happen.
Okay.
Not too bad. I mean, I've got one that I think probably is a pretty small chance. Wesley Snipes, who was in Jungle Fever this summer, last March was in a movie called New Jack City, and he was as good in that movie as any actor in any movie all year long. But I think he has a very small chance of getting nominated. First of all, because it was a controversial picture. Secondly, he plays a villain. And third, it was last March. And the Academy basically has about a 60-day memory span. That's about it.
I'd like to see Grand Canyon get nominated. Pictures about intelligent characters are in very short supply. Characters that are as bright as maybe the dumbest people we've ever met. We don't find even people that smart in the movies.
What do you think that the movies should do, or the kind of pictures they're not making?
Musicals.
Well, yeah, but musicals, now come on.
You know what's going to happen?
There are no Fred Astaire's anymore. There are no Sid Charises or Mitzi Gaynors or Judy Garlands. That was a different era.
I'm going to make a prediction.
Andrew Lloyd Webber, and his stuff isn't getting made that quickly. It's been taking a long time for Cats. Evita still hasn't been made. You know, so
here's what's going to happen. I'm going to make a prediction. They're going to start making animated musicals, because The Little Mermaid and Beauty and the Beast have been so successful in terms of the music, the fact that they're able to break through to an adult audience, the choreography. When you have animation, dancers can do anything, and I'll bet they're going to remake old movie musicals as animated films. Singing in the Rain, West Side Story, My Fair Lady. I think you're going to see them come around again as animated features.
Okay, now yeah, go out on a limb. Did you guys choose them last year? I forgot when you made your prediction.
What's going to win Best Picture?
Yeah.
Bugsy.
Bugsy, really?
Probably.
And I would prefer Grand Canyon or Boys in the Hood.
I prefer JFK.
You do? So you're going to go out on a limb for...
If you want a prediction, I think it's going to be Bugsy.
You know, you once had a bet with us about the Jamie Farr orange juice squeezer.
Yeah, I remember that.
And we'd love to win it, you know.
Did
you still have it?
Did you correctly... Gee, you know, I think we had that fire in the prop department that year.
That's where the juice,
and the jury,
came out of his
Jamie
nose?
Farr orange juice squeezer, I think, was lost. I don't know, but if you want to double your bet... Well,
okay.
Good to see you guys again. We're coming right back.
Now the most revolutionary complex Estee Lauder ever created, and we can prove it. Advanced Night Repair. Use it daily and help prevent environmental UV damage. See a 40% reduction in the look of lines. Use it nightly and see a significant increase in moisturization. Now a free 10-day travel size of Advanced Night Repair is your gift with any Estee Lauder purchase, one to a customer. This exclusive offer is yours at Robinson's.
Nominated for 4 Golden Globe Awards, including Best Picture, JFK has been called one of the 10 best movies of the year by Time Magazine and Roger Ebert, and the rest of the country agrees. Kevin Costner in an Oliver Stone film.
Let justice be done or the heavens fall.
JFK, rated R, now playing at a theater near you.
You can store all this at Public Storage and pay just $1 for the first month's rent. You can store all this at Public Storage and still pay just $1 for the first month's rent. You can even store all this at Public Storage and pay just $1 for the first month's rent. Call Public Storage. You store it, you lock it, you keep the key.
If it's cold filtered for smoothness and purity, if it's pure cold, and if it's got the name, it's a good thing. Introducing Cold Smooth Michelob Golden Draft, an easy-going Golden Draft Light.
So grab a good thing, Michelob Golden Draft.
Grab a good thing when you see it.
Okay. Well, I'll look forward to it. When's the show on, guys?
It's playing this weekend,
When this
6:30
weekend?
in Los Angeles on
Okay.
Channel
All the voters
7.
are.
That's where all the voters.
I'm
We
gonna hold
definitely
it.
want to influence the
Bugsy,
Oscars.
you say, hope Grand Canyon.
I hope Grand Canyon. I think it'll be Bugsy.
Well, that's for the Jamie Farr Orange Juice Squeezer, if you
You
luck
got
in.
it.
Good to see you again. Really is. And, Jimmy, where are you? Down there?
Down here, sir.
Where are you headed next? I forgot.
I'm at the Comedy Magic Club in Hermosa Beach next week.
Hey, thanks for being here. And Keenan's show is on January 26th. Halftime at the Super Bowl. Thank all of you. We'll see you tomorrow with Jeremy Irons, Louis Anderson, and Baxter Black. Good night.
Preview, an e-premiere of the thriller, the trailer to the thriller, Basic Instinct. This is going to be coming out, by the way, on March 20th.
We got 31 stab wounds. What was it?
Ice pick.
I'd like to speak to Miss Catherine Trammell, please. Is she a suspect? She's a suspect.
I wanted to write a book about the murder of a retired rock and roll star.
You know how she does the boyfriend? With an ice pick.
She intended the book to be her alibi. I picked him up, and I had sex with him.
You didn't feel anything for him, you just had sex with him for your book.
In the beginning. Then I got to like what he did for me.
You like playing games, don't you?
It's nice.
You've got no physical evidence.
She's lying. What's your new book about?
A detective. He falls for the wrong woman.
What happens?
She kills him.
Stay away from her. You are out of control, Curran.
You won't learn anything I don't want you to know.
She knew I'd say she did it, and she knew that nobody would buy it. She is screwing with your head, Nick. She knows things about me that I only told you.
How's it feel to kill someone?
You tell me.
I think you got too close to the flame. Nicky liked it. You're in over your head. She seduces people.
It was internal affairs, wasn't it?
She manipulates people.
Freeze! How much did she pay you? You wanna play her? Come on! She knows where I live and breathe.
Games are over, Nick.
Well, besides all of the protests that's going to be going on, you're going to be hearing a lot about Basic Instinct. TriStar, the movie company, putting this flick out. It's got Michael Douglas on the cover of Premiere, which is going to be coming out, I guess, next month. And also Sharon Stone is going to be on the cover of Rolling Stone. You could do something really kind of fancy with her name on the title there. Just a little suggestion in case the folks at Rolling Stone aired a rerun episode of Gilligan's Island that apparently featured some off-color dialogue. The episode started with Mr. and Mrs. Howell talking to each other. But instead of their voices, you could hear the soundtrack of a porno film. One mother whose kids were watching said it was gross, it was awful, I couldn't believe it. She says there were about 3 minutes of what she called bad music, obscenities, and the sound of a woman moaning and talking. She continues, the woman's voice came over Mr. Howell's face, and it was very explicit, very detailed of what this man was going to do to her. What I want to know is, after about the 10th minute, don't you think you should get the kids out of the room, you know? Maybe you'd want to turn it off. It was that disgusting. Anyway, the TV station WUP.
Am I wrong here? Is this one of the outfits the Joker refused to wear in the Batman movie? Am I wrong here? Hello, Doc. Hello, boys. Welcome. It's Friday. Wait, first of all, I have an important question. Have you noticed where has Elvis been lately? No? Listen to me. Have you noticed there haven't been any sightings recently, right? You haven't heard about him showing up at Kmart? You don't see him at Burger King? You don't suppose something could have happened to him, do you? Gee, God. Well, I guess not, so I guess he's all right. Well, here's some good news. Hurricane Dean has turned away from Puerto Rico, so it looks like they're safe down there, and that's good. But, you know, Hurricane Dean, see, that doesn't tell you anything about how bad the storm is going to be. See, we should name storms after people so you'd be able to understand the storm a little bit better. For example, if you were to turn on the radio and hear Hurricane Rob Lowe is headed towards the Virgin Islands, well, gosh, yeah, you see. Oh, here's something very exciting. The spacecraft Voyager has sent back pictures of Neptune. It's interesting. There appears to be a big black ring around the planet, so I guess they have Exxon up there, too. Gosh, yeah. Hey, see, you know, in fact, a guy said to me yesterday on the street, he said, Jay, can't you say anything good about Exxon? Huh? All right, I'll say something good about Exxon. It's a great word if you're playing Scrabble. Okay, what are those X's, 8 points apiece? And in Washington, D.C. this week, the House voted to reduce the number of mass mailings Congress can make in a year. You know, forget Congress. I just wish they'd reduce the number of mailings Ed McMahon can make in a year. Boy, wouldn't that be a little bit better? Sure, yeah. Oh, so what? It's Friday. Anyway, Japan and the U.S. are jointly producing this new jet fighter plane. See, the idea is to use the best expertise of both countries. For example, the Japanese are developing all the high-tech components, and we're developing a hamburger the pilots can eat while in combat. See, so with our knowledge of burgers, and there seems to work out just fine. And the newsman actually said this about Poland. He said, although food prices continue to rise in Poland, people are still buying it. Now, here's one of the most unusual stories of the past week. Did you hear about this? The National Rifle Association is running a weight loss camp for some of its members. I guess a lot of gun owners are a little bit overweight. Not working out too well. A lot of members have been cheating. One woman was caught trying to smuggle a handgun, trying to smuggle a cake inside a handgun. See, that's no, I said, just to show you how important timing is. I did that as a little test, you see, just to see. How about the baseball game last night? Did you want anybody hear about that? I don't know if anybody saw it. The Cincinnati Reds played the Houston Astros. The Reds beat the Astros 18-2. And, hey, quite a few records were set. They had 14 runs and 9 hits in a row in the first inning. I mean, what are the odds of that? I think Pete Rose said about 214 to 1. But, you know... I've been following Pete Rose's case. It's going to go to federal court now instead of state court. See, Rose would have had an advantage in saying state court. Actually, he's trying to get it taken to the Supreme Court. And he figures, hey, if they ruled in favor of flag burning, pornography, and execution, what's a little gambling, huh? Oh, gosh. What else has gone on in the news? Last week, ABC News simulated a news event. Do you know about this? And a lot of people were fooled, thought it was a real thing. And today, the president of ABC News apologized. At least he said he was the president of ABC News. Gosh, And Morton Downey Jr. is supposedly suing the network for portraying a Morton Downey-like talk show host in an unflattering light. He claims it ruined his reputation. Boy, there's a case for small claims court, huh? Boy. Yeah, gosh. And Hugh Hefner has offered his wedding ceremony to cable viewers for $4.95 on a pay-per-view basis. I'm not making this up. You can buy the wedding. You can buy the wedding. He was going to offer the honeymoon, but then they realized that didn't last as long as the Tyson fight. Well, any folks from New York? Yeah. This is unbelievable to me. A movie ticket costs $7.50 in New York City now. Isn't that unbelievable? The theater owners say they have to charge that much to hire security guards to stop people from being robbed. If they want to stop people from being robbed, why don't they just close the concession stand? Boy, that'd be... Yeah, gosh, boy, yeah. And last but not least, actor Hervé Villachez. Remember him, Tattoo on Fantasy Island? Well, he's been signed to star in the latest Disney movie, Honey, I Enlarged the Kids. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we have a great show tonight. Carol O'Connor, Tom Hanks, and Ron Perlman from Beauty and the Beast. And we'll be right back after this message with a spot quiz. Welcome to the Tonight Show, ladies and gentlemen. Audience or simulation? You be the judge, ladies and gentlemen. No. This is not ABC. This is a real crowd here tonight when I dropped the paperclip. What we're doing here is a spot quiz. Now, these people that have come tonight, hopefully they've watched the show during the week. So there will be a small quiz. They'll be versed on various things that have happened during the week. What we're doing is checking their retention. If we're going to compete with Japan and other countries, ladies and gentlemen, this is the best way I know. Spot testing. So let's find some folks. Did you watch the show at all this week, sir?
Sorry, not this week.
Not this week.
I usually do, but...
You usually watch the show, except when I'm on. Thank you very much. How about these two young ladies? Do you watch the show? Oh, step right up here. What's your name?
My name's Sharon.
I'm sorry.
Sharon?
Sharon, where are you from?
Kansas City.
Kansas City. All right, just in town to break into the movies, are you?
Right.
Right. Oh, gosh. Well, just stay away from this crew. All right. What night did you watch the show?
Monday night.
Monday night. All right, let's take a question from Monday. Let's see, there's Wednesday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Tuesday. Didn't watch any other night, did you, by any chance? Monday. All right, Rain Pryor. she's from head of the class, said she visited Idaho and was most amazed at her discovery that A, it had such wide open spaces, B, there were so few black people, C, that she really liked potatoes.
C.
C, she really liked potatoes? No, I'm very, very sorry. No, that there were so few black people. Apparently she did not see many black people in Idaho. Ohio. No, Idaho, of course. Well, what do we have? Where's Suzanne? Oh, here's Suzanne, our lovely, lovely Paige, who has something for you, dinner. Now, Suzanne, you're from where?
I'm from Houston, Texas.
Houston, Texas, yes, thank you. And where'd you go to school?
The University of Texas in Austin.
And your major is?
Broadcasting.
Broadcasting. Well, I think you'll go very far, actually, ladies and gentlemen. Well, thank you very much. We have dinner for 6, ladies and gentlemen, at Brentwood Gardens. Oh, that's fabulous. Dinner for 6 at Brentwood Gardens. So there you go. Do you know 6 guys you can take there? Okay. Thank you very much. Let's see. How about you, sir?
Didn't listen to it.
You didn't listen to it. I think your son is sitting right back here, sir. Let's move on. Oh, here's an attractive young lady. How about this woman here? Step right up here. What is your name, dear?
Maureen Hill.
Maureen Hill. Where are you from?
Idaho.
Idaho. Let me ask you something. You may have seen a black girl, about 20, walking around about 3 or 4 weeks ago. What nights did you watch this week?
Last night.
You watched last night, which would have been Thursday night. All right. Fine, let's find a Thursday night. There were 100 Thursdays here a minute. Ah, here we are. Last night we had John Palmer from NBC News on. He said his favorite pastime is A, building model airplanes, B, bass fishing, C, collecting antiques.
It was a B.
B, bass fishing. That is absolutely right, ladies and gentlemen. Apparently, here's what we have for you. The Idaho school system, far superior to the Kansas City school system, apparently. There's dinner for 400. No, dinner for 4. At the Fontana di Trevi. What do you say that?
That looks right to me.
Yeah, looks good. The Fontana di Trevi or something like that. Anyway, it's in Ventura. It's a fabulous restaurant. I've never been there. I can't even say the name, but I know it's a good place to eat. Well, thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, let's see.
I did watch it today.
Now, you're a little late now, pal. How about you, sir? How do you do? Oh, he's just in time for the big Shiite festival. Look at that beard there.
I'm ready for it.
Ready for that. What is your name?
I'm Paul.
You're Paul?
Yeah.
Paul, where are you from?
Burbank.
Burbank. Well, thank you for walking the 300 yards across the lot here. Come to the program. Now, what night did you watch?
Monday night.
You watched Monday night. All right, let's go back to Monday. I just passed. Now they're all night. I got to go back 7 cards. Okay, Monday night. Attached, we had Pat Metheny on.
Pat Metheny.
Pat Metheny, very fine guitar player. Attached to Pat Metheny's guitar was A, an American flag, B, a toothbrush, C, a rabbit's foot. A, an American flag. No, I'm sorry, sir. I'm sorry, sir. Perhaps a little more time in school and less time wandering around the parking lot here. It was a toothbrush. But let's see what we have for you. We have, just because you're illiterate doesn't mean you can't eat, sir. That's what I say. Here you go. We have for you a fabulous... at the Stage Deli.
All right, great.
It's the Stage Deli of New York, and that's only about 3,500 miles from here. No, there's one in Century City. There's dinner for 4 at the Stage Deli, so you should enjoy that. How else have we got here? How about you? What is your name?
Fran.
What is it?
Fran.
Fran, where are you from?
New Jersey.
From New Jersey. Fine, fine place.
It took me 9 years to get here.
Took you 9 years to get here. You must have been on that Eastern flight, I guess. What day did you watch?
I didn't, but I can guess.
You didn't, but you can guess. Now, you didn't watch any of the nights?
No, we're on vacation. We've been around, you know.
All right. We'll ask you something from tonight.
Okay.
In Jay's monologue, which joke got the least laughter?
Can I ask my husband for help?
All right, you can ask your husband for help. You didn't even pay attention to the monologue. All right, well, you can have...
They all got a lot of laughs.
That is the correct answer. They all got huge laughs. Yes. All right. A terrific answer. We have dinner.